Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a perspective on health that pretty much challenges everything you and I have been taught about sickness and wellness. It's a big one.
Imagine saying something like that. I mean, just imagine having that level of confidence in your own health. Dr. Samir Kumar Dara says this isn't arrogance at all. It's what happens when you truly understand how your body is designed to work. Okay, let's get into this.
So, to really get what Dr. Dar is talking about, we have to start with what he says is the real disease plaguing us today, and it's an epidemic of fear. He basically argues that our society has built this massive system where our fear is profitable. Just think about it. We're constantly worried, right? We're rushing to get checkups. We want a pill for every little thing, like maybe your blood pressure is a bit high because you slept terribly. He says that dependency can take a temporary little issue and lock it in as a permanent problem. And here's the kicker. This is so important. Our mindset, what we think about all day, has a direct physical impact on our health. If you are constantly thinking about being sick, constantly dwelling in that fear, you can actually start to manifest those illnesses in your own body.
So that brings up a huge question. What's the real root cause of all our modern diseases? Well, according to Dr. Diarra, it all comes down to one single thing, our massive disconnect from nature.
You know, he just cuts through all the noise and confusion about nutrition with this one super simple definition. If it's a gift from nature, your body knows exactly what to do with it. Period. And this slide just perfectly illustrates the whole problem. Your body's DNA, it recognizes the apple. Why? Because they basically have the same manufacturer, nature. You know, even just hearing the word lemon can make your mouth water because your body knows what that is. But a pizza? To your system, that's a foreign object. It's an unrecognized substance that just causes confusion, stress, and toxic junk to build up inside. Dr. Dara has this really powerful way of explaining this. He says that when we cook our vegetables at high heat, it's like taking a mango seed and burning it to a crisp. Now, if you take that burnt seed and plant it, is a tree going to grow? Of course not. It's the same idea. Food that's had all the life cooked out of it can't possibly give life back to your body. Okay, but here's where things get really hopeful. Dr. Dara insists our bodies are not these fragile little things. They are magnificent, self-healing machines. We just have to get out of their way. You know, we don't need to be constantly stepping in and trying to fix things. Your body knows how to heal itself. I mean, think about it. A small cut on your finger just heals, right? A fever, that's just your body cranking up the heat to kill off an invader. The system works beautifully, but it needs the right fuel and the right parts to do its job. Now, check this out. This is what Dr. Dara calls the creation chain, and it's fascinating. It shows how everything, and I mean everything in our body, from our blood to our bones, starts with that nutritional juice from the food we eat. It's so simple. The quality of what you put in directly determines the quality of what you get out. Look, I know this might all sound a bit out there, but this isn't just some theory he came up with. Dr. Dahara proved this philosophy by completely transforming his own health. Let's look at his story. So his personal journey is just incredible proof. Get this, he went from having a blood sugar level of 350, even while he was on medication, to completely normal levels just by changing his fuel source. He says the joy and confidence he got from that discovery is what made him want to share this with the world. And it's not just him. He says these changes can happen incredibly fast. You see this number 3 on the screen? That's the number of days he says it can take for people to see their blood pressure and sugar levels start to normalize, just by giving the body the food it actually recognizes. 3 days. All right, so you're probably thinking, this all sounds great, but where do I even start? Well, he boils it all down to 3 really simple, totally doable principles to get you started. And honestly, this is the heart of it all. This isn't about some complicated diet or feeling deprived. It's about getting back in touch with your body's own natural signals, and then making a conscious choice to fuel it with what it was actually designed to run on. So if you start following these simple principles, what happens next? Well, it leads to this really radical but also incredibly empowering idea about the very nature of health. Dr. Dara suggests that so many of our modern problems, everything from migraines to arthritis, might actually come from one single source, a clogged system. When that unrecognized food doesn't get digested properly, it can just sit there and ferment. That creates gas and pressure that pushes upwards, causing all kinds of issues wherever that pressure gets trapped in your body. And you know, for anyone who asks, but where will I get my calcium without milk? Where will I get protein without meat? He just points to a simple truth in nature.
The most powerful animals on this planet, the elephant, the gorilla, the rhino, what do they all eat? They're all herbivores. They build that immense strength from plants, and only plants.
And this brings us to his final and maybe his most provocative idea. He argues that the modern kitchen, where we cook, process, and ultimately destroy the life force in our food, has become the main source of our health problems. So what if the real path to wellness isn't in some new recipe, but by just stepping away from the stove altogether? It's a powerful thought to leave you with.